Janice. Next. Swarnima, where is she? Number second. Yeah. Swarnima, Ismarika, Rajan, and Bemali. Right? They are very champion Bemali. So, okay, children. What discuss here? There are two type of fertilizers: inorganic and organic. Again, okay. I think if we make a chart, it will be quite easy, right? Chart making will be quite better. So chart making is here. Fertilizer. What are two types of fertilizer? Organic. And what is the next one? Inorganic. Organic, how many types are there? Two. What are they? Compost manure. Next one is green manure.
So manure means fertilizer.
Manure is fertilizer. Organic fertilizer is actually fertilizer, right? But inorganic is not called manure. And inorganic are of mainly three types. What are they? Nitrogenous. Next one, phosphatic. One is nitrogenous, next one is phosphatic, next one is potassium. So you must remember this thing. So to make compost manure, I think it takes 2 to how many months? 2 to 3 months. And green manure just grow that dhaicha or ganja. Ganja don't grow. Growing ganja is dangerous one because we should not rear that one, right? So tite pati, asuro, pigeon pea, soybean. Pigeon pea that is a bit pea that is a little bit taller in height in comparison to others, and it is highly rich in nitrogen. Why not? We can consume also. Like soybean, can you consume or not? Bottom to both. That is soybean, right? And nitrogenous, can you give one example of nitrogenous? Urea. Phosphate. Ammonium phosphate. Potassium sulfate. Because there must be potassium. So these are the different fertilizers used in soil. But one thing remember, while using this organic fertilizer, so there is no need of any tension because they do not change the soil chemistry. But if you are using nitrogenous fertilizer, phosphatic fertilizer, potassium fertilizer, you must have the result of soil test. Soil must be tested. And which nutrients are lacking. If nitrogen is less, then use their nitrogenous fertilizer. If phosphorus is less, use phosphorus fertilizer. If potassium is less, use potassium fertilizer. Which one is less? Accordingly you have to do. If both are less, then mix fertilizer. If all are less, then NPK fertilizer. That means in today's class we are discussing about potassium fertilizer. What will you study? Potassium fertilizer. And then we will be discussing about types of fertilizer on the basis of nutrients. Here it goes. Nistara, go and call those boys. What are they doing? Potassium fertilizer. Open your book, everybody. And there must be a highlighter or pencil in your hand. So that what is important, we have to underline that. Only observing here and nothing done, then it's very bad. So potassium fertilizer. Fertilizers which contain the salts of potassium salts of potassium like potassium chloride, potassium nitrate, potassium sulfate, potassium carbonate. Potassium, 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 potassium. What are these? Potassium fertilizers. Potassium chloride, KCl, potassium sulfate, K2SO4, potassium nitrate, KNO3, potassium carbonate, K2CO3. These are potassium fertilizers. Why are these potassium fertilizers? What's the reason? Because they contain silicon. What happened? Did you talk? What happened? Chloride, potassium nitrate, potassium sulfate, potassium carbonate, right? Okay, functions of potassium. What does potassium do to the plants? Number one, what is the first one?
It is for
Proper growth of roots and stems. Underline that motion only. Proper growth of roots and stems. But phosphorus we discussed proper growth of roots. Nitrogen, proper growth and development of whole plant. Point number two, responsible for vital processes like water and nutrient transportation from roots to leaves. Water and nutrients they transport from root to leaves because of potassium. Did you online, Maharaj? Already? Good. Next one is increase the immune system. So plants become strong enough to fight against disease germs due to presence of potassium. Immune system increases. The next one, it helps in synthesis of starch, protein and other nutrients. Synthesis means collection, storage. Next one, opening and closing of stomata. In the leaves of plants, there are some holes. Those holes are called stomata. So through stomata, air enters, air exits, entry and exit. So that is also helped by potassium, and it increases number of flowers. More flowers are produced in presence of potassium. These are the things. What are the major points? Number one, proper growth of roots and stem. Number second, responsible for vital processes. Next one, increase the immune system. Number four, synthesis of starch, protein and nutrients. Opening and closing of stomata. Then increase number of flowers, size of flowers as well. If there is presence of potassium, what are you dreaming about, you boy? Stand up and write down. He is sitting and dreaming. How I became Bimali. Presence of mind. Keep in mind. Keep in mind, there must be presence of mind. How are you sitting? Master Adhikari, sit correctly. Why ढोलकी? ढोले, मतलब ढोले. I think which song is there? Right? One viral song is there. Yeah. ढाले. If there is lack of potassium, then what type of problems can be seen? That is effects of deficiency of potassium. Okay, so it's already completed, right? Deficiency of potassium. What is the first point? Immunity power decreases. Plants suffer from disease time to time. Immunity power is that power due to which they can resist the disease germs. Wilting and weathering of the leaves. Leaves become very weak. Their color also changes. Not so smart leaves. The leaves are very weak, may fall down. The disease resistance power decreases. They cannot fight against disease germs. Resistance power decreases, right? This resistance power decreases. Synthesis of starch, protein, etc. decreases. No more starch is collected. Starch is produced when there is photosynthesis. That means photosynthesis rate becomes slow. Yellowing along the leaf margin. In leaf margin, the color becomes yellow. Now, potassium, what did we discuss here? Phosphorus. Something we have mentioned here. Purple color. Where? If purple color is noticed in the margin of leaf, that is lack of potassium. Sorry, phosphorus, lack of phosphorus. If yellow color is noticed, what is that? Lack of potassium. Color, you just remember it, right? Color. So, I think there may be one. Yeah. You can see here. You see, here purple color is noticed or not? This is due to lack of phosphorus. Yellow color is seen or not? Potassium. At the middle, yellow color is seen or not? Due to lack of nitrogen. Understood or not? If purple color is noticed in the sides, lack of phosphorus. Yellow color, potassium. And if middle part becomes yellow, what is that? Nitrogen. Deficiency of nitrogen. So you must remember these things. Okay. So we discuss about nitrogenous fertilizer, phosphorus fertilizer, potassium fertilizer, their importance, names, and next one. Miss, don't write down. One work at a time. GPA 4. Count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, master? GPA 1, 2, 3, 4. That is maximum. Don't get more than that. In plus 2 level, you can get GPA 5 also. But here GPA how much? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, what are we going to discuss? On the basis of presence of number of macronutrients, how many macronutrients are present? On that basis, we can categorize the. Please, will you go over that side? The boy is sleeping. Tejas Bahadur. Yeah. So you sleep. Dindade. Am I sleeping? You will ask the question. Observe here, boy. Single fertilizer, mixed fertilizer, complete fertilizer. Underline मांगता है. Understood, Master Deepak Samsher? Single fertilizer. What do you mean by single fertilizer? Only one primary nutrient. Only one primary nutrient. How lovely it is underlined. Don't underline everything. If you underline everything, it will be difficult to memorize. So single fertilizer, only one primary nutrient. Means either nitrogen or phosphorus or potassium. What are the examples? Potassium chloride contains potassium only. Ammonium nitrate, nitrogen only. Potassium sulfate, potassium only. Right? Mixed fertilizer. What do you say about mixed fertilizer? More than one primary plant nutrient. More than one. Means there must be two. Right? For example, ammonium hydrogen phosphate means here is nitrogen also, phosphorus also. Here we have to remember whether there is nitrogen present, hydrogen, no, not hydrogen, phosphorus present or potassium present, right? Whose presence is there? Potassium nitrate, potassium and nitrogen. Yes or no? Complete fertilizer. What does complete fertilizer contain? All the three primary nutrients. Did you get the point? Single fertilizer contains one primary nutrient, either nitrogen, potassium or phosphorus. Mix contains two, nitrogen, phosphorus, nitrogen, potassium, etc. Right? If I write here KNO3, KNO3, what does it contain? Is it single fertilizer, mixed fertilizer, or complete fertilizer? Complete. Here is potassium, here is nitrogen. Two are present, means how complete? How complete? This is mixed one, no? Two. If I write here K2SO4, what is this? So how many primary nutrients are present? Only potassium one, means what is that? Single fertilizer. Make your concept clear. Only one nutrient present, what is that? Single fertilizer. If two are present, mix. If three are present, that's why here is only potassium and side mix. Complete. Complete fertilizer is like it is also called NPK fertilizer. What is it called? Why? There is nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. Example is mixture of potassium chloride and ammonium phosphate. See, if two are mixed together, potassium chloride and ammonium phosphate. So here is potassium, nitrogen, phosphorus. That type of fertilizer is called complete fertilizer. So to identify whether single, mixed, or complete, what to do? We have to identify. We have to check how many primary nutrients are present. For example, if I write there Ca3PO4 whole 2. Now what type of fertilizer is this? Hey Nikisa, check it. What is your mind? Huh? Focus on this one. Yeah, then what type of fertilizer is this? Stand up. Stand there. What type of fertilizer is this? What do you know then? What is go that side and stand up back side? But yeah. That's why I said your presence of mind is not there. When no presence of mind, they cannot understand. Youth warrior, what type of fertilizer is this? Single fertilizer, why? What is that? Sorry? What is present there? Only one. Which one is present? Potassium. Where is potassium? Where is potassium here? Here is phosphorus. So just make your concept clear. Whether there is in presence of nitrogen, phosphorus, or potassium, accordingly you have to categorize. If there is not, what have in case we are looking outside? Close the window. When there is presence of only nitrogen or phosphorus or potassium, that is single. If there are two, that is mix. If there are three, what is that? Complete. For example,
Nitrogen and potassium.
Nitrogen and potassium, phosphorus that is. Oh, sorry, potassium, that's right. Potassium nitrate means KNO3. Means potassium is here, nitrogen here. What is it? Mixed fertilizer. If I write this single, how single? Here is presence of only nitrogen. That's why there must be presence of mind. We are discussing and they are busy in other things. Okay, so we have discussed nitrogenous fertilizer, phosphorus fertilizer, and this one. Okay, children, now next thing what are you going to discuss? That is advantages of chemical fertilizer. Okay, advantages of chemical fertilizer. Number one, they can be stored, transported, and used in field easily. No need to carry too much. We can transport easily, we can store easily, and we can use easily. Number second, they dissolve in soil very quickly, easily, readily. Just place in soil, dissolve. But organic fertilizer you keep there, it takes a long time. Third one, help to increase the fertility of soil remarkably, means increases fertility quickly. If we talk about organic fertilizer and inorganic, organic increases the crop yielding 50%, they can increase up to 100% also. But quantity must be maintained, used correctly. And number 4, they contain more quantity of nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. More quantity. Organic fertilizer they contain less, but they contain more. And what is fifth one? Yeah, plants they can grow in healthy conditions by the use of these things. Chemical fertilizers. One thing you have to remember, if something has advantage, there is disadvantage also. What are the disadvantages of chemical fertilizer? Number 1, they are non-biodegradable and pollute the environment. What do you mean by non-biodegradable? They do not degrade. They cannot be attached by bacteria. They remain there for a long time. Okay. Number 2, continuous use of chemical fertilizers degrades the quality of soil. So, chemical fertilizer must not be used continuously. Sometimes chemical, sometimes organic. Sometimes chemical, sometimes quality will be maintained. If the quality of soil is degraded, then later on it will be difficult to produce the crops easily, yield the crops easily. Point number 3, more expensive. We have to pay more money. Organic fertilizer per kg 100 rupees, chemical fertilizer per kg 250 rupees also. Some are that much expensive. But that much means if you buy 1 kg, you should eat this much only, not too much. Use little bit, 100 gram, 200 gram, it is okay. Organic fertilizer 1 doko, full, also may not work. Remember, eh? What is fourth one? Injurious to human health, means they are poisonous. They may affect our digestive system. Miss Vandari, remember. Number 5, and vegetables and fruits are less tasty. That's it. Nowadays people they prefer for organic fruits. Yes or no? Organic fruits means which are produced by using organic fertilizer. They are tastier, and which are produced by using chemical fertilizer, they are not so much tastier. And so soil quality also degraded. Soil quality, how is it degraded? Because these chemical fertilizers, some are rich in nitrogen, some are rich in phosphorus, some are rich in potassium. If you do not test and start using those in field, then in some soil there may be more nitrogen, in some soil there may be more phosphorus, but plants need more potassium. Then quality degraded or not? So we have to be careful about it. Okay? So remember, what did we discuss today? Today we discussed number 1, what is that? Potassium fertilizers. Definition is done. Different names, functions of potassium, deficiency. What happens if there is lack of potassium in plants? Then next one, which fertilizer? Single fertilizer, mixed fertilizer and complete fertilizer. Advantages of chemical fertilizer and disadvantages. Now in next period we are going to discuss about insecticides, and chapter will be Dhantharan. Understood or not? Did you online everybody? Read once again. Then be ready to get the question. First read, right?